Good morning. I'm very happy you are here. My name is Kristen Dyck, and I'm here in Calgary, Alberta. I'm here in my home office in Calgary, coming to you to talk about LinkedIn Live. But that's actually the topic that I want to talk to you about today is LinkedIn. What is happening on LinkedIn this year? More to come. Someone just messaged me for the event link, and you can find that on my page. And you should be able to go to my profile and see my banner, which should actually be broadcasting right there from my LinkedIn cover banner. So I want to talk about all of the things that are coming up on LinkedIn this year in 2022. So that's what we're talking about today. What is to come on LinkedIn, when we can expect to see these changes, and how they are going to impact you. And the big question I know is on so many people's minds is, should I change my profile now or should I wait? So a few weeks ago, I sent out an email to my lovely opportunity magnets. These are the people that are within my course, and I wanted to give them the scoop right away so that they knew what to anticipate. There's certain ways that the course is structured. It's very, very intentionally structured around strategy and making sure that you really do become an opportunity magnet. But I wanted them to know right away what changes they can expect to see on LinkedIn this year and how it will impact them. And now I want to share that with all of you too. So let's talk about it. And so before we get into what is to come, I want to make sure that you're up to speed on what is there right now, because LinkedIn has also changed a lot during the last couple of years. So let's start there. So if you want to, and if you have the opportunity to have two screens open, that would be great. You can pull up both screens. You can have me on one screen, you can have your profile on another screen, or you can just put me behind in the background if that is easier. But let's take advantage of being online and having your profile right in front of you, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So one of the newest things that exists on everyone's profiles right now happens to be at the very top, and that is your pronunciation. So pronunciation is how you pronounce your name. And I think this is so helpful, so important. I actually had a really kind of a funny story. So this wonderful woman became an opportunity magnet. She joined our course. I had worked with her in another community a couple of years prior, and I didn't know that her name was Kirsten. I thought it was Kristen. But when I was viewing her profile to give her some feedback, I clicked the pronunciation to learn that she pronounces it Kirsten. So that is so helpful for people that you're about to pick up the phone and call. Maybe you're going to introduce someone in a meeting and you want to make sure that you are able to pronounce their name. Now you can go to their LinkedIn profile, and their profile will tell you how to pronounce their name. So if you haven't taken advantage of this feature yet, I really encourage you to do that. Don't just take for granted that you think you have a name that a lot of people know how to pronounce. Take advantage of this feature. You never know. And the other thing that I want you to know about LinkedIn is they really like it when you adopt their newest features. They like it because it means it shows them that you are staying on top of things. It shows them that you are an active user and member of the LinkedIn broader community. So when you see new things, try them out, get curious about them. If you're not too sure about them, you can always send a message to me and I will do my very best to answer that for you. So that's up at the top. You'll see it next to a person's name, and it looks like a little speaker. So you can click on that and hear the audio of their name pronunciation. Now, for you to create that in your own profile, you can't do that on your desktop. You've got to do it on your phone. So pick up your phone, hold it about at least 10 centimeters from your face, speak really slowly and clearly. You can go an extra step and say a brief welcoming message, but remember the real purpose of this is to make sure that people understand how to pronounce your name, okay? Another thing that LinkedIn has done, and I think this is so wonderful, is to add our pronouns to our profile. This is a great step. It shows the inclusivity of the direction of inclusivity that they're wanting to go in by including this in our profile. So again, many of you, and I still see this, many of you, I did this as well, but we started putting our pronouns in our name or in our tagline. And I think it's really cool because LinkedIn realized what its users were doing. They understood the importance of doing this, and they actually put it into our profile. So you go into the top part of your profile again, edit information this in the same areas where you would put your name, your headline. Right in there, you can now put your pronouns. So that's another great thing that you can and you should go ahead and do. Okay, so you're scrolling down in your profiles. What else do you see? Hopefully one of the things that you see is the tiny little icon, and it's so small. I don't know why it's so small, but it should say that you're a LinkedIn All-Star. So you should see that on your dashboard. So your dashboard is only viewable to you on your own profile. And it gives you some insights about the number of people who come to your profile. And it will also say on the right-hand side in the top corner, All-Star. And All-Star status is really, really important. You want to have All-Star status. And what that means is that you have your profile complete. You filled out all of the sections. You want to have All-Star status because you want people to come to your profile and get a sense of who you are. They want to be showing the world who you are, which is your personal brand, right? So you want to have that All-Star status. And then once you have that All-Star status, again, LinkedIn recognizes, hey, this person's serious. Hey, they've taken the time to add their experience, their volunteer history. They've got recommendations. They've got a filled out about section, which so many people still leave blank. And they're going to want to show your profile to more people, because why would they want to show your profile to people when there's no information on it, right? And that's one of the great benefits about being LinkedIn is our profiles are very, very visible. So people can find our profiles in Google search, our profiles, the writing that we do on LinkedIn's blogging platform. They're Google indexed and very, very highly. They rank very, very highly in Google search. So that's one way that our profiles are visible, but also within the platform. LinkedIn has great search functionality. So when your profile is filled out, that the information you're putting in there tells LinkedIn about you, and it tells them when LinkedIn should show someone else your profile. It'll tell you, or it'll tell them who you're similar to. It will tell them your profile should appear in someone's searches when it's relevant, but they can't know that it's relevant if you do not have all of the places within your profile filled out. So that's why that little tiny icon, All-Star, is so, so crucial. So if you don't have that, fill out your profile and then you'll get it. And if you need help filling out your profile, that's what I'm here for. I've got a wonderful course for you. It's called Opportunity Magnet. I'll leave the link in the comments after this, or you can go to my profile and find it there. Now, once you've gone past that, once you've gone past your dashboard, you're continuing to go through the profile. What do you see? Hopefully you see the feature section. So this has rolled out. It's been over a year now. I believe it is on everyone's profiles now, but it did take, I would say, at least a year before it rolled out to everybody's profile. So take a peek. You may now have this feature on your profile. It is a great one. It is one of my favorite changes that has come to LinkedIn in the last few years. And that's because it makes our profiles so much more dynamic and it adds more visuals to our profiles. This is so great. The other awesome thing about it is you can link to external places online through your profile, whereas before there wasn't places to hyperlink within our profiles. So this is such a great move. Again, if you're looking for an example of what that looks like, you can head over to my profile and see what I have listed in the featured section. So one of the things that you should be doing is having some features in there. Feature your work. If you worked on a great project, if your work was featured on your company website, show that. If you want to refer to an annual report, a stakeholder report, something like that, this is a great place to link to it. I know for some people, they really struggle to think of what could this be for my work? What is an example of this? Take the time to brainstorm, think it through, think with your colleagues, look around and see what other people are posting and sharing. And then if you truly can't come up with anything, create something. Work with your company's marketing and communications department. Talk about how this can be really beneficial. Another way to drive traffic to the company's website. Another great way to build up people's employee brands. It makes them look good. When they look good, the company looks really good. They're attracting more talent. So many great things, so many great reasons to have these digital assets, but think outside the box, especially if you're an employee. For entrepreneurs, you can probably think of like a whole bunch of different things and you can move them around and feature different things throughout the year. For employees, I know that this is a struggle for you, but I really encourage you to brainstorm, think outside the box, and add some great things to the featured section. So right now, when you go to someone's featured section and you scroll down, it's featured very prominently on our profiles. It's got quite a bit of real estate in size. It's meant to be more visual. You can add visual images to it. And then it's a slider, like a carousel. So you can slide it left to right. And it shows about 2.5 or 2.25 items that you've posted on there on the desktop viewing. So like I said, that's one of my absolute favorite things that has come to our LinkedIn profiles in the last couple of years. Check to see if you have this, jump on it, because again, LinkedIn wants to see you adopting these changes to your profile. Okay, so what's coming? What are some of the things that are coming to LinkedIn in 2022? And we're just talking about profiles today. I know there's a whole bunch of other things that came to LinkedIn elsewhere on the platform with how we can engage and interact with each other. We're not going to go into that all today. We're talking about profiles today, but we can have another conversation about what else happened and what's going to be happening on LinkedIn this year as well, because I'm sure you've seen things come and go. There's things that you have access to now that you may not even be using, which is also kind of exciting. So, hey, if you've got 5 extra minutes, go and explore, kind of get curious, see what else is out there. What other tools do you have at your fingertips? Okay, So what is to come to our profiles in 2022? Well, some pretty big significant changes. And really the changes are about formatting. So things that you see within our profiles are going to be moved around. And again, I think LinkedIn does a nice job of this. They pay attention to how the world is changing and how things have changed so much. There's so many more users. There's so much more data for them to pull from and to learn from and to get a sense of the user experience and what users want. And I think it's pretty cool that they are making some of these changes and not making them as cumbersome as what we see on some other platforms. So what is going to change? Well, since we were just talking about the featured section, let's start there. So the featured section will change ever so slightly in terms of the visuals. We're going to start to see the layout expand a little bit so that we'll be able to see more than 2 features. So I think this is good in some ways that, we'll get to see a little bit more, but what I'm hopeful is that the button, the arrow button, will maybe increase in size a little bit so that people will understand that they can, swipe to see some more, or click the little arrow button to see that there's more content, more posts available to look at. So I think that I'm always about kind of reading between the lines and why they're making these changes, and kind of making some educated guesses about why they're doing that. And I think my take on that is that the featured section has been really, really successful. A lot of people have adopted it. A lot of people expect to see that featured section on someone's profile, and they want to see it filled out. People are going to it, so they're trying to expand it and show more of it. So I think it's overall a good thing. I just want to make sure that it's really obvious that there's more there than just the few full icons that we can see right away. The other big thing that will be changing is, like I said, things moving up, things moving down. So recommendations are way down at the bottom of our profile. So this has kind of struck me as odd for a few years now. And I'm guessing, LinkedIn kind of like got in my head and they realized, hey, yeah, why is it so far down there when social proof, which we see all over the internet, we see it when we go to someone's website, we want to see social proof. We want to see other people saying, this person is highly qualified. This person does a really, really fabulous job. So they're going to be moving up at like way up, closer to the tops of our profiles. So I think this is such a strong move. I think it's something that, if you're used to going to someone's LinkedIn profile to get a sense of who they are, if you want to hire them to do any kind of job, you want to bring them in as a consultant, you want to go down there and look at their recommendations. What do people have to say about them? So now they're kind of saving us the trouble, moving them to the top. Another reason I think that they're doing this is because social proof is becoming such an important part of our personal brands online that, and there's still a lot of people who are not getting recommendations. They aren't recommending people who they've had a great experience working with or working for or working under. And they're not going around and asking people for recommendations. So by moving it to the top of our profiles or close to the top of our profiles, they're really showing us, okay, everybody, this is serious. This is important. We're emphasizing this. We're profiling this much, much more. So let's take advantage. And so by taking advantage, I mean, get out there and start asking for recommendations. So this is a hot tip because you probably won't see this come to your profile for a while. So get ahead of the game. Ask for recommendations now. Don't be like most of the other people on LinkedIn who are going to see this change occur and then scramble and then be, going around and asking in a bit of a panic. Do it is always, much easier to do it when you don't need to, when you're not in a big bit of a rush or a panic, right? It's such a great thing to have in your profile. It really, really matters for a lot of reasons, whether you're out there looking for a job or not, that social proof is important. So get ahead of things, get out there, ask now. It's ideal to have 3 recommendations. So make your list of 3. And, one of the things that I think is really cool about LinkedIn is it's more respectful than other platforms. And it's built on the idea of reciprocity because it is a networking in a more traditional sense, a networking platform. And that's what networking is all about, helping each other out, right? So give others recommendations. People, it really, really goes a long way. It really, really matters. So when you see maybe someone had a bad day, when someone's got something going on, or if you see someone do something incredible, take that step and write a recommendation for them. Okay. And then if you are asking for recommendations, then go down into your profile, and LinkedIn also kind of creates a bit of a script for you to do this. And then you can message people through the platform with that script asking for a recommendation. So they make it pretty easy for you already. So go ahead and do that. Get ahead of the curve. All right, so one of the other things that we are anticipating to change on the platform is the About section. So this is, what do people call it before? The experience section, the summary section. And so what you see there right now is, I want to say it's 180 characters, maybe it's a little bit more, but essentially you've got about 2 lines to grab someone's attention. And then there's the little button, click more or read more, and then it expands it. So the way that you would come in and view someone's profile is you could see, have they actually filled this out, this About section? And if they have, then you can read more, and then it will expand it. So and that's, partly because some people have longer About sections filled out. You can write a lot in there now, and they don't want it to sort of take over the entire profile. If you're scrolling all the way down to get down to the recommendation section or to take a look at what their experiences are. So this is what's going to change as well. So you've got about 2.5 lines right now. And then you can get them to click read more, and then it expands to be the full About section. So in my course, Opportunity Magnet, one of the things that I teach people is that you want to get people to click that read more. So I've got some tips and tricks in the course that talks about how you can do that. But generally, the idea is you want to hook them. You want to give them a reason. You want to pique their interest. So that they click read more, and then they can learn a lot more about you. And then it's showing that people are spending time on your profile. People think that you're interesting, right? This is what we want. So how is this going to change in 2022? Well, rather than just have those 2 lines, it's actually going to expand to about 4. So you'll have a longer opportunity to hook them, and then click the read more. So before there was a lot of pressure, like, oh, I got to hook them in 1 sentence. Well, now we're going to rethink this a little bit. We'll have a little bit more time to hook them. And like I said, I like to read between the lines, try to figure out what it is that LinkedIn is really doing here. And I think what they're trying to do is give more emphasis to this About section. So that people are filling it out, in a more detailed, purposeful way. So they are expanding it to show, hey, this is also really important. do not sleep on the about section. It is a big missed opportunity to do this. So yeah, if you're already thinking about adding things to your about section, get in there. There's no time like the present. And you can start to really think about strategically, what is your hook? How are you going to get people to go, okay, I want to click read more? And you got to catch them in that split second moment of time to do that. So we're coming up on the 30-minute mark here. And I want to also leave you with, when can you expect to see these changes? And that answer is, it depends. It depends. There are some very few people's profiles that you will see this on already. That's very few and far between. But LinkedIn likes to roll things out slowly. They don't do everyone all at once. They roll things out slowly. And so people who have creator mode, people like myself, I was granted access to LinkedIn Live very early on as well. So I'm really fortunate enough to get a lot of these features quickly. So when I do see those features, I will make sure that I'm informing you about what else there are. I know there's more things to come. I can't get into all of them right now, and there's probably more things that I don't even know about. So expect another conversation about that, and I'll show you some more things about my profile when that arrives. Think about Q3. We will expect to see a lot of these come out this year. So for you listening, I would expect Q3. That's just my best guess. Now are you thinking, okay, well, I was just about to update my profile. I'm gonna kick the can down the line a little bit more. I've got till Q3 to do this. No, absolutely not. Do it now. Do it today. These changes that are coming will not cause you or force you to rewrite everything in your profile. What you're going to see is you're just going to see these things in different places. Will you have to make some adjustments? Yeah, maybe, but don't wait. There's great things that are available to you on the platform right now. So get ahead of things, because a lot of people will wait until they see these changes to actually make changes and complete their profile and make the updates that they should be making. Do it now. Get ahead. Schedule some time in your calendar and just do it. Don't worry about being perfect. Perfectionism should not stop you from doing the thing. Just get out there, just go do it. And like I said, if you're looking for support and guidance, I have a course on it. It is broken down into awesome bite-sized pieces. So if you've got 5 minutes one day, then you can go through a few modules just in that 5 minutes and then go and implement those changes and then come back and get right back into another 2-minute lesson. So Opportunity Magnet is the name of the course. You can go to my featured section in my profile, check that out, and head over to my website, avrocreative.com, through the featured section and check out the course there. I've gotten great feedback. I had a round of beta testers who went through and gave me awesome feedback and insights on it that I've adjusted and made for you. Yeah, the course is $199 Canadian. It's an awesome way to invest in your present as well as your future. So go and check that out and leave your guesses for what else you think is coming to LinkedIn in 2022 in the comments. Any other questions that you have? If this was totally new information, were you surprised to hear that more changes are coming? Let me know as well. I love talking to you all today. Thank you for listening, and be sure to tag your friends as well if this is something that will help them too. So I will see you next week right here on my page, doing another live video, and I'll send you the information see on Monday. On Monday, that information will go out. So anyways, have a great rest of your day. See you later.